I'm going to go ahead and get underway here. So I want to welcome everybody to the March edition of the Military Affairs Committee for Southwest Riverside County, hosted by Impact Southwest. Quick moment to thank the folks that support this organization, including Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. Greg is in the house. Thank you, Greg. Temecula Valley Hospital, Anderson Chevy, Pechanga, Julie No, and Polito Cleaning and Restoration. They're great local military supporters. I know especially everyone that is listed there are also great at hiring military as well, which is the theme of our current campaign, Bring in the Troops. So I want to thank all those that did join us for the special hiring panel that we hosted at the beginning of March. Special shout out to Jay Garcia from the Jay Garcia Group for bringing such a winning team together. Nick and Beth from AWS were dynamic as all get out, and I think I can only sum Tommy's presentation up as passionate. He truly believes in creating a better quality of life for his comrades. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the agenda here. So bear with me here for 1 second. I closed out of the window in order to save processing power. Where'd you go? Two. There you are. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Share. All right. Everybody should be able to see my screen, correct? Getting nods. Love it. All right. So we have crested over the welcome portion of this. For those of you that have been with us for a while, we did kind of move the template where we did move the program around a little bit. I do a lot of work with Maurice down at SDVC, and his E3 meeting flows in a similar function, and it seems to be very effective. So I'm going to go ahead and be doing that from here forward. Also, my skills in Word have obviously increased as we actually have a table in here. Look at that. Boom. Love it. All right. Being goofy. So first and foremost, please help me welcome Michelle Tapscott from March Air Reserve Base for the update from March Air Reserve Base. Michelle?
Good afternoon.
Oh, breaking up a little bit there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, now I can hear you.
So we're good to go for the base picnic in September. So we're working on that right now. Also, we just finished up a big exercise a few weeks ago, a big base exercise. And right now we're just hoping to get a lot of the summer events going. So we'll keep everyone updated on that. That is it on my end.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And as always, I encourage you all to follow their social media channels. They're really great at keeping things up to date as well. That's one of the places I like to plug into. I know JJ from Camp Pendleton is going to be here. I literally just talked to him yesterday, so something might have popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the resource updates, and then we'll hear from JJ when he gets a chance to jump in here. So thank you again, Michelle. So I'm going to go through and I'll just call on you. And if you could just give an update on things that are going on and any points of synergy that you may see with the folks here in the room. So Amanda Fisher, you are up first. Thank you for the share, by the way.
Of course. Hello, everyone. I am Amanda Fisher. I'm with the Office of Senator Melissa Melendez, and I'm also I cannot talk. Also, I'm a Gold Star one. Tonight we have a town hall at 6 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Express. And then we also have a Veterans Advisory Committee meeting once a month. Next month, it will be Thursday, April 21st at the Elks Lodge in Wildemar at 10 a.m. And I put my info in the chat.
Excellent. And I'll make sure to share that with the group here too. So when you send out the information next month, that way they have it. So thank you,
Perfect.
Amanda.
Yep.
Next up is Greg Thomas.
Caught me writing. Sorry about that, Mike. Good morning or afternoon all. Greg Thomas, General Manager of the Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. Pleasure to be part of the Military Advisory Committee, and so retired Marine. And I know that I'm interested in hearing what Work for Warriors as well as the other programs, and we're starting some efforts related to the utilities, water, wastewater, and really trying to expand our veterans reach and bringing in veterans to our utilities, and what a great opportunity. So I'll be talking to Mike and others over the next thing. We're trying to get some generated aspects. So you all are going to be a key part of that, of trying to get the information out. So thank you.
Excellent. And as that comes to fruition, I hope to have this as a great platform for you to tell your story as you generate success there. That's amazing, and I salute you for your initiative. Next up is Hilda Sam.
Hey guys, Hilda Sam, I'm with the Office of Assemblymember Ciardo. I'm also a Navy wife, and I dabble in the Southwest Riverside County MAC with Mike. I'm his sidekick, you could say. Anyway, I just wanted to mention real quick, if anybody knows of any places that have discounts or maybe donations of vehicles for veterans, please reach out to either me or Amanda. We have someone that is in need of a little help.
Actually, I'll jump on that. Alma from Caliber Collision. Caliber Collision donates vehicles to the community frequently. So if you'd like, what's that?
I knew I would get something from you guys.
Yeah, actually, I need to bug her anyways about, she's going to be doing a presentation for Marietta Valley Unified School District as well. So
Awesome. I'll get you with you on details, okay?
absolutely. Thank you for your update. She is amazing. So anybody in the group here, if you have a chance to meet Alma from Caliber Collision, she is a bundle of energy, to say the least. Ton of fun. Thank you, Hilder. Next up is a newcomer, Lance Siavon.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lance, and I'm one of the leaders here in Riverside County, and I work out of the Riverside American Job Center and 1325 Spruce Street, and I also currently I'm overseeing the whole county. So thank you.
Thank you, Lance. And the American Job Center there is quite the quite the facility. It's amazing. I get a lot of your emails, and I'm always impressed.
Thank you.
Next up, someone to celebrate. The special hiring panel would not have happened without this person. So big time claps and applause and much love to Lauren Ramos from Hiring Our Heroes. Lauren, what's going on?
Hey, thanks. Sorry, I had to miss it. I did watch the playback of it. That was really great. We were out in DC for the week, visiting our headquarters at the US Chamber. So that was great. One of the biggest things that I think we've added is the Google Career Certificate Program for veterans, military spouses, caregivers, and transitioning service members. With that learning pathway, which you all might have seen Google offering these free career certificates in your lanes for quite some time. On the completion or upon completion, there is a fellowship program available for the completers through Hiring Our Heroes. It is a 12-week fellowship program, and that's something that all of your companies can take advantage of if we have a completer in your region and they're needing to do some hiring. So that's our widest pool of candidates. I specifically manage the Military Spouse Fellowship Program, but that Google Career Certificate Program has a 12-week fellowship for the majority of our military connected community. So that's probably the most exciting thing for us. Happy to connect on that again later if we need to.
Thank you, Lauren. It's tremendously exciting. I love Google. They have a very intuitive platform. Next up, Maurice Garcia from Multiple Hats.
Name's Maurice Garcia, combat vet, served retired United States Marine Corps. Is with Warrior Built. We just strive to be able to continue to help vets get back out on their feet. Is with that as we offer on-the-job training as well as adventure off if you want to do racing or any of that other type of fun stuff. But it has been a blessing. With that is we also have upcoming golf event that was just brought to my attention on July 22nd. So is save the date. If you guys would like to know, if you're interested, is it's coming up July 22nd. And I have a little bit more information a little bit later down the road.
Excellent. Do you know where you're playing?
Yes, let me pull up that little fly right here. So we're going to be Rancho Bernardo Inn in San Diego.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you, is Mike, is what I can do is I can send you the information after this meeting. So if you want to launch it up, you can launch that up, sir.
Yes, sir. What I'll do is if anyone has any materials from this meeting that you'd like to share, I'll put together a post meeting report and then send it out to everybody so you guys can find ways to connect and harmonize in your valiant efforts. So thank you, Maurice. Appreciate you. Next up is Monique Parker. Welcome.
Hello, you guys. This is Monique Parker with 3D Technology veteran. I've been away for a bit, busy, but I'm hoping to reconnect and get involved more with the veterans community.
Excellent. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate you. All right, next up, and speaking of points of synergy, there's probably points of synergy between Greg at Elsinore Valley's efforts and this next person's platform. Morris Myers with Mount San Jacinto College.
Good afternoon, everyone. Navy Dad here, and just a little update on our campuses. 2 of our 3 veteran centers are open. The one on the San Jacinto campus and the one on Menifee campus are open. So if we have any veterans that are going to school or thinking about it, they need assistance getting around, learning things, that would be the place to go. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Morris. I appreciate you, brother. Next up is Nadine Kadam.
Hi, I'm Nadine and I'm with the Marietta Wildemar Chamber.
Thank you, Nadine. Appreciate you. Next up is Raven Hilden.
Hey, everybody. It's Raven, military spouse, CEO of milvet.org, Military and Veteran Support Services. Are we doing events now or are we waiting until later? I have a few to share.
Yeah, go for it. I'm going to do the formula's kind of changed. So we're going to do all the updates in the beginning. That way we can really exercise the opportunities to work together.
Okay, cool. All right. There's quite a few, but I'll try to make it quick. So this Saturday is Vietnam Veterans Day. We'll be recognizing our Vietnam veterans at Marietta Town Square. That's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The public is invited to attend that. And then afterwards, there will be a lunch at the BFW in Wildemar. And then Milvet has a monthly military care packing program. And it's pretty big. We're packing or sending boxes to about 100 different addresses all over the world right now. Our next one is April 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Monteleone Meadows. It's a lot of fun. You sign up, then we have food and raffles, and it's a great networking opportunity. There's, at least 50 to 80 people there each month. So it's a great way to get involved, get back to our deployed troops and meet with some other folks in the community. And then Milvet also has a veteran benefit assistance program. Our next one is April 29th at the Wildemar Public Library from 10 to 2. They need to register. It's a one-on-one service with a VA and CAVC accredited attorney. She's amazing at what she does. She's a combat veteran herself. So it's a great way to, if any veterans want to see what they qualify for, if, any increase in benefits or survivors benefits. And then Also, we're having a fundraiser. It's a cashed out fundraiser. So it's, if you like Johnny Cash, it's a tribute band at Belvino Winery. It is going to be a ton of fun. That's going to be May 6th at 6 p.m. And right now the tickets are buy one, get one free. So if you've got a friend, then I think it's 2 tickets for like $38. And I'm going to give you my website and stuff for all these flyers for more information to sign up. Also, we're doing a Memorial Day run on May 12th. We're honoring a local service member who died in service in 2019. He was 20 years old. We're going to be meeting at the Riverside National Cemetery for a 3.5-mile walk to the Riverside Fire Station. That's at 4:45 May 12th. Or if you are not a walker, then there are ways to donate and get involved to help support us. And then there's a JAGS tournament on June 10th at 10 a.m. That's at the Rancho California golf course, I believe it is. It's a ton of fun. They do great things in the community, support a lot of veteran and military efforts. And then finally, Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball, we're having a fundraiser on July 27th. If you enter the code MILVET, then that'll help support some of our programs. And we're going to have one of our deployed military members coming back throwing the first pitch, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So all those flyers are available on our website, milvet.org. Scroll down on the homepage at the very bottom, you'll see the flyer. Just click on the flyer and that'll take you to whatever links you need to go to sign up or get more information.
Beautiful. Appreciate it, Raven. There's always lots of ways to engage, as well as a lot of fun ways to engage and do some good at the same time. It's been awesome, awesome. Also too, because I know there's a lot, I encourage you in her programming is always developing, and she's always finding new ways to connect and support the community. So if you're not already, make sure you check them out on social media, as well as that's more of a living, breathing organism as things are coming up there too. So it's good stuff. Thank you, Raven. All right, next up is Sergio De La Garza.
Good afternoon, everybody. Sergio De La Garza. I am the Veteran Program Manager for EDD, servicing Riverside County. As far as new things going on, we continue to expand services post-COVID. We are now having our monthly job fairs. Those job fairs and recruitments are free of charge. So for the businesses here, if you would like to do be part of that or do a recruitment, we can definitely supply you with candidates.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sergio. Next up is Stephen Graves.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Stephen Graves. I'm a program manager with the Loma Linda Behavioral Medicine Center here in Marietta. I just wanted to stop in and introduce myself. We are starting a program for active duty service members, veterans, and their families. And the program will be run by a retired military member. So I put my contact information up, looking forward to sharing more information. And I've reached out, Raven, I've gotten your email back, so we'll link up and chat about how we can work together. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you, Stephen. It was great to meet you at that Medical Leaders Luncheon. Shout out to the city of Marietta for bringing people together. And it's excellent to have you, so welcome. All right, and finally, before we go to the Pendleton update, we have Terrell White, right? Dr. Wright, paging Dr. Terrell Wright. All right, we will come back to you. Feel free to ping me in the chat if you'd like to have us come back to you.
Mike,
All
I know,
right.
sorry.
What?
Terrell is a new attendee. He was just at the Veterans Advisory Council meeting with us.
Excellent.
And I know he is at his desk, so he might need to be picking up the phone throughout.
Makes sense. It looks like Terrell has dropped their information on in the chat there. So if you'd like to connect post, feel free to do so. All right. So before we go into our resource focus, which I know a lot of you are excited to hear from Mr. Soto there, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to JJ Gamelin from Camp Pendleton. JJ, what's going on over at Camp Pendleton?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, I had some technical difficulties joining this afternoon, so I appreciate your patience. So just a couple of updates. The week of April, the base here is going to host an OSD climate change adaptation audit team that's coming out to Pendleton to take a look at those things that we have done to mitigate for climate change along the focus areas of drought, wildland fire, flood, and sea level rise. So that should be a pretty good discussion, and we're tied in with the state to kind of spiral up from there and see how we can collaborate on their initiatives as the Sacramento rolls out a pretty huge climate adaptation initiative. We're also at the end of April, the 22nd to the 26th, going to conduct our annual force protection exercise. And that's not just for Camp Pendleton, but that's for all 8 installations, Marine Corps installations in the region that kind of span between California and Arizona. And we're also incorporating San Diego County Office of Emergency Services into that exercise. So that should be a good endeavor, and hopefully it won't result in, for those that may come on base, too much disruption getting in and out of the gates during that time frame. But I'll be sure to give you an update. I think our next meeting will fall during that exercise, so I can give you a blow by blow of how that thing's going. And then lastly, per our conversation, Mike, I'm working to get an extra team member to join this august body out of our Marine Corps Community Services transition program, so that they can better share information and collaborate, with the important work that all the people on this call, and then the other entities that you bring in on a monthly basis, and we can make those connecting files a little easier that way. So more to follow on that, and I'm hoping to have someone live with us next meeting in April. So that's all from Camp Pendleton, unless there are some questions. Excellent.
Great update. I'm looking forward to hearing more news on the environmental visit, as well as the emergency exercise there. So I'm looking forward to your update in April there. And then Michelle, I believe, is still with us too. Forgive me, Michelle. I should open the floor to questions from the committee members. So at any point, no need to drop into the chat or anything. Feel free to jump in. Does anyone have any questions for either JJ at Pendleton or Michelle at Marietta Reserve Base?
I do. I have a quick question regarding since we do a lot of off-roading events and everything, is there a way that we would like to get back on base because we originally had a contract that was about 2-3 years ago, being able to come on base and show the base what we do. And I was wondering, is there a possibility that you could get us on there, sir?
Yeah, Maurice, JJ here. If you do me a favor and drop your email to the chat box, and I'll reach out to you, and we can look to coordinate that.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Thank you both. Anybody else? All right. Forever hold your peace. Remember too, these folks are tremendously accessible through the committee. So if I can ever be a connector, as in you have an idea or are looking to find some sort of point of synergy, feel free to reach out to me and I can make the connection. And then also, I will be sending out an email a little later. We had initially looked at having all of the committee members listed on an Excel spreadsheet that would be like a live document. That way, at any point, if anyone wanted to connect with any of the committee members for those points of synergy, they could do so and connect that way as well. But in the interim, please consider me an advocate on your behalf. I'd be more than happy to make those connections for you. So Excellent. Thank you so much from both of you for your updates for the bases. I'm very excited to hear more next month. And I know there'll be some cool things coming up in the future for both installations in the near future, but we'll roll those details out a little later. All right, it is rolling on to 12:30, which is exactly when I told Mike from Work for Warriors that he would be speaking. So kudos to all of you for your brevity and our perfect synchronization here. So please help me welcome our resource focus for the month of March. We are pleased to open our committee to Michael Soto, Veteran Staffing Consultant for Work for Warriors. Mike, welcome.
Thanks. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes, sir.
And can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I apologize if my audio and video is not on point today. I had an appointment and I got caught up. So I'm in the car. Forgive me for that. But I wanted to say that I am very proud and honored to be here. And thank you so much for inviting me, Mike. And I feel right at home because I recognize 3 or 4 names, partners that I've already, been working with. The most recent is Lance from the Riverside office there. Him and I have a meeting next week. So it's refreshing to see all of you veterans and veteran advocates. That's right up our alley at Work for Warriors. So thank you so much. And I am happy and proud to be here. If anyone sees, and if I start breaking up or something like that, just someone please get my attention because I don't want to be the one that's talking and I accidentally hit mute. So audio, video, whatever you want to call it, technical difficulties. It happens to me all the time. Okay, I've already exhausted 2 minutes. Here I go. Work for Warriors. So I'm a veteran staffing consultant for an organization called Work for Warriors. I am a retired Master Sergeant with the Army, and then the Army National Guard was my combined service. And, I did 23 years. I served in a lot of different positions, recruiting, combat engineer. I actually was a UH-60 helicopter mechanic for about 6 seconds. So, I had a pretty cool and successful career. When I got out, I was like, I have to do something meaningful. And this opportunity with Work for Warriors presented itself. And I was fortunate and blessed to get the job as a veteran staffing consultant. And that's what I've been doing since August of 2020 is been working. And I'm going to explain all of that here in a second, but just wanted to give you my background there. What is Work for Warriors? Well, Work for Warriors is a program within the California Military Department. So for those of you that don't know too much about that, each state pretty much has their own military department. That's where you have the Army National Guard, the Air National Guard. We have the State Military Reserve, and a bunch of youth programs and a whole bunch of other cool stuff that falls under the California Military Department. Work for Warriors is one of those programs. We are fully funded by the federal and state of California. That means we don't charge anybody any money, right, for our services. Our sole purpose is to help the veteran community with employment opportunities. And I know that is near and dear to all of our hearts because I've seen and heard you guys give your introductions and stuff like that. So I know you guys are all here to help the veteran community out as well. Little background though, in 2012, the Adjutant General of California, Major General Baldwin, was very concerned about the unemployment rate amongst California National Guard soldiers and airmen. For those of you that don't know, when you're a reserve component service member, especially when there's stuff going on around the world and within the state of California, the operational tempo is pretty crazy. So oftentimes you don't just serve that 1 week in a month and 2 weeks in the summertime. You actually have to go on missions, you get deployed, you have to go fight fires, civil unrest, anything that's going on within the state or around the world, we get called up. Now, on top of that, you have military training, military schools, stuff like that. Sometimes it's difficult to hold a full-time job down. So the unemployment rate was unacceptable. Major General Baldwin, in concert with his staff, and state legislature came up with this program called Work for Warriors. And in 2012, it was adopted, and then they met their goals that first year. And initially, we only were targeting the California National Guard Reserve Component service members. Since that year, we have slowly started expanding our services. So now when I say the veteran community, that consists of people who are in the military, like the reserves or the National Guard, all the branches. It consists of those veterans that served their time and they're totally out now, but they served honorably. Anyone who's transitioning from an active duty service member to a civilian, or even from active to a reserve service member, all of their family members. And then we even help those folks out who are graduates from our youth academies. We used to have 3, I think we're down to 2 now within the state, but we have this 2 youth academies that really help the youngsters out when they're having trouble during high school. And then once COVID hit, right, we don't turn anyone away. So if someone has been affected due to, COVID-19 as far as employment, we help those folks out too. So we really don't turn anyone away, but our focus and energy is on the veteran community. Okay. So that's who we are. That's how we came about. Now, what do we do? Well, our mission is to help the veteran community gain employment. And sometimes that means that immediate job openings, we advertise those. We partner with companies and organizations. Some of them are state. Some of them are city and county employers. A lot of them are private companies. We try to partner with them and say, hey, we have thousands of veterans in our database, and you have vacancies I can see. So we'd love to partner with you. It's free, by the way. And we're going to take your information, your job postings, and we're going to put them on our website. We're going to put them on social media. We're going to do occasional email blasts to our candidates. And then we are going to find out who's interested out of our candidates. And then we're going to make sure that they meet your qualifications. And at the end of it, we're going to introduce them to you, sometimes via email, sometimes via a resume. Depends on what our business partners, how they want to approach it. Sometimes our opportunities are free training or reduced fee training so that they can get certified into something. For instance, I think they should have graduated by now, but I have 5 candidates who received free EMT training through the County of Riverside in partnership with AMR. So those folks were in there for the EMT training. I just received another flyer. The Marietta school district there is providing free bus driver training to those folks that are interested. And then after they complete the training, they can offer them full-time employment as bus drivers. We have a roofing academy and so much more. I'm only trying to remember the things that are off the top of my head here. But the bottom line is that's what we do. We partner with companies who are looking to hire, and we distribute that information to our veteran candidates. There's probably 10 of us throughout the state of California. We're all dispersed geographically throughout the state. And like for myself, I'm in Riverside. I do work from home, but I'm always out and about. So I tend to target the Inland Empire area. My job is twofold, right? To partner with companies, to build strong relationships, and to basically mentor and, help those candidates when they are interested in applying, to make sure that they are, number one, they're qualified, and number two, that their resumes are on point. So we really help the candidates out. We don't just take their resume and blast it off, right? Like, we make sure that their military translation is on point, because if you're a recruiting and retention non-commissioned officer in the military, civilian managers and stuff like that, they may not understand what that is. So we have to help kind of tailor that resume so that the civilian recruiter or manager understands fully what that is. So it wouldn't be a recruiter anymore, or recruiting and retention. It would be talent acquisition, and so on and so forth. and that's pretty much in a nutshell what we do. You know, we partnered with hundreds of California employers. We particularly work on California, right? So all my opportunities are for folks that are looking to work in California. But we have a bunch of affiliate partners. So a lot of other states, I want to say 5 to 7 other states have adopted a similar program, and they named it Work for Warriors within their states, like Las Vegas, a few other states. And that information is on our website too. So, you know, how does it work? It pretty much works like this. I find a company that is looking to hire and they really want to have outreach to the veteran community. I take their jobs, I put them on our job board, right? So our candidates, if they're surfing our website, they can search by industry, they can search by pay, they can search by location, and they on their own can find these opportunities. Once they do, resume comes to me. I look at it, I review it, I work with the candidate on it. Sometimes I have to tell the candidates they don't qualify, unfortunately. But then we always have that follow-up because we have, like personally, I have dozens of employers that I'm partnered with, not just in the Inland Empire. I'm not limited. I can partner with folks up in Red Bluff if I want to, but I tend to focus on Inland Empire because I can reach out and go see folks and so on and so forth. Or we also put flyers all over social media. We do email blasts, like I said. Ultimately, we're trying to fill these vacancies with our qualified veteran candidates. I will say that our veteran candidates are very diverse. Some of these folks are brand new. Some of them might have served 3 or 4 years on active duty as an infantryman or whatever. And, you know, they may not have a whole lot of experience, but I also have candidates who have served 20, 30 years in the military, and they have a wealth of background, education, knowledge, and experience. So I will partner with a company that says, hey, we want to help fill our vacancies, and we'd like to reach out to the veteran community, whether it's an entry-level job at a warehouse, or whether it's a, you know, I just recently posted a job up in the Bay Area, and it was for some sort of a network architect or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it was paying over $200,000 a year. And then I have other companies that are paying 18, you know, so I'm very happy because, you know, it just allows me to, you know, work with folks that are brand new, you know, trying to get their life started and trying to get a job. And then I'm also helping, like, for instance, my old boss in the Army was a lieutenant colonel when he retired. And he was my first hire as a Work for Warriors staffing consultant. And, you know, he was content. He had his military retirement, but he needed something else to help him get by. And he saw one of my jobs on LinkedIn because him and I were friends on LinkedIn. And I thought that was really cool because he used to be my administrative officer when he was a major and I was a sergeant first class. And here I am, you know, 10, 12 years later, helping him land a job on the civilian side. So that's just a little, you know, a little example of how, you know, my job helps give back. Let's see, what else? That's pretty much it. Like, we do a lot of other things. We help them prepare for interviews and things of that nature. But I think the difference between us and other organizations is that there's a personal appeal to it. All of us veteran staffing consultants, I think there's one that didn't serve, but she's a family member of a service member. But we're all veterans or currently serving. So we kind of more or less understand what folks are going through, especially those that are just getting out of the military and they're looking to, you know, get into the civilian market. We understand, you know, what they've been through. We can help them out. Oftentimes they apply for a job and we're like, hey, bud, like, you don't qualify for this job or whatever, but I have another one that I want you to think about. So we really give that individual case management to our folks and try to help match them with the right job. But yeah, that's Work for Warriors in a nutshell. You know, I'm always looking to partner with folks. So if you're on this and you're another veteran advocate and we can join forces and help more veterans, I'm all about it. But that's literally my job all day, is to work with veteran candidates and get new ones registered too. That's part of our job. So there's a lot of veterans that aren't registered with us, but the more veterans that I can get registered to work for Warriors, it's really a win-win because it doesn't cost them anything. We don't bug them. And whether they need it or not right now, everyone's always looking for opportunities to advance. So if you guys know any other veterans that aren't registered, I'd love to get them registered. If you're a business owner or someone who's looking for opportunities to fill your vacancies, I want to partner with you. If you are in the veteran advocacy realm and you're here to help folks, like someone said earlier, do you guys know anyone who helps veterans with cars? Well, guess what? I have a point of contact that I can share. Now, I will tell you that this individual is she will make sure that they are truly in need. Like, I had a service member who was in need of a car, but he made too much money. And she's like, hey, these cars are reserved for folks who are in dire need. But anyways, I do have a point of contact for that, and I'll get that and pass it on to you. And it's been great, and I definitely appreciate the invite. And I am looking forward to working with you, Mike, and doing that walkabout. That's really cool. I like that idea. And I will say that I've met Sergio before. Me and Jason Bailey is my colleague. Him and I went down there to his office and met him. I've met Lance, and there's a couple other names I recognize too. So that's pretty much all I have. I would love to be able to answer any questions, though, if that's falls within the format criteria.
Yes, sir. So the floor is now open for questions. I'll lead the way. I'm curious. Are you currently connected with IE SHRM?
I don't think so, because I don't know. I don't recognize that name.
It's the Inland Empire Society for Human Resource Managers.
No, I'm not.
Actually, my point of contact for IE SHRM is actually a Navy vet herself. So I think that might be a good point of synergy there. Frankly, I think I love one of the things that you said, and this was definitely a point of topic during the special hiring panel, was breaking down that in translating that prior military language into civilian language. And a lot of times the HR managers or the HR directors are that wall. And they just don't understand what they're reading. So a way to start that conversation and identify some of those things, and then encourage them to kind of take the initiative and create that winning culture. The statistics for taking those steps are tremendously beneficial. So, Mike, I'll go ahead and make that connection for you for sure. So does anyone else have a question? Feel free to just jump in. Maurice?
Hey, Mike, as I sent you a private message with my direct contact information as well. I think we do get a lot of vets that come in, as you say, with helping vets, I'm going to speak on personal, so I'm not speaking for everybody, but getting out of the military is the hardest thing to do, especially taking off the uniform. And it's like when you graduate high school, you just like, okay, am I going to college or am I going to go pick up a lunchbox and go get a trait? And you don't really know where you're going to go. And that's where, like with Warrior Built, is when they come in and they walk through those doors, they see racing. It's not the only thing that we're geared towards. So I think we can form a really good relationship on helping vets. Myself, before coming into Warrior Built, I've helped 1.3 million vets on doing disability claims and benefits that are out there. So I continue to strive to help as many vets as I can. So I think we can do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So one of our veteran staffing consultants, he's only on part-time with us, but he is a veteran service officer for a county up north. So he definitely, although that is not really, that is not within our scope, we actually just realized that it is because someone who has a bona fide, legitimate injury or illness or something that was suffered or aggravated by military service, and they're not receiving compensation for it, that's that's money. That's going to help them survive. So we just put a link, or if it's not on there, we're about to. We're going to put a link on our website that's going to direct them to all the resources. So yeah, I appreciate those words. And I'm also going to, although I'm on my phone right now, I'm going to try to find the chat thread, and I'm going to put my signature block and stuff like that, so that those folks that are on, if you guys want to reach out to me individually, we can definitely do that. And another thing real quick is that Mike was talking about and emphasizing that situation where folks get out of the military and it's not an easy transition, and military skills and stuff like that. That is something that
I just retired a couple of years ago, and I had to learn that, right? I had to learn that, not only to get this job, not so much because it's part of the California Military Department, so they all know. But my candidates that I work with over the past couple of years, it's just, you know, hey, like we need to change this up a little bit, and we act as an, and that's why another reason why I think it's a no-brainer for these partnerships with these companies is because we're filtering out those folks that are applying that just aren't, you know, that aren't qualified. That's part of what we do is an internal little HR, QCing these resumes, making sure that by the time that resume gets to the employer, you know, they at least meet the minimum qualifications, and oftentimes they meet their preferred qualifications.
Excellent. Raven, I believe you had your hand up at one point.
Oh, I was just going to ask what the best way was to get a hold of you.
So on that note, on the after meeting report, as I generate all of the resources that were brought to the table today, I'll make sure to copy Mike in as the CC as I reach out to you all. So then you have all of his contact information. Mike, do I have your permission to have them connect with you on LinkedIn too? I'm sure that's a powerful platform for you. That's an absolutely, I believe. So I'll go ahead and link Mike that way as well. Because connectivity is what we're all about here. So,
yep, absolutely. There it is. I had it on mute.
I am good at reading links. I love it. Does anyone else have a question for Mike?
And I'd love to answer them, and I got good answers. So please feel free. Anything.
Bring it on. All right. Oh,
so
go ahead.
Unmute, I mean, do you, Mike, work with Lauren Ramos from Hiring Our Heroes? Because it sounds like you guys have similar interests there.
I've heard of.
I just met with your counterpart in San Diego yesterday, Kat.
Oh, a brand new hire, Kat.
Brand new hire, yes. We have mutual acquaintances that made the introduction, but I have not met Mike yet. So no, we will connect.
Great, yeah. So she's down in the San Diego area.
Mm-hmm.
She replaced one of our staffing consultants that left, and everything that I've seen and heard of her, she's going to do great as well. I tend to focus on the Inland Empire area, but again, we overlap. We totally overlap. So yeah, and you know what? I don't think we're competing because you know, our numbers. All we have to do is annotate that we're working with veterans and we're helping them get, you know, employment and stuff like that. So I can refer anyone that I can't help out to you, or even folks that I can help out. And then if you want to do the same, all good.
Yes, correct. Yeah, very much. It's a collaborative process there.
All one mission. I love it. Maurice?
Yeah, just to throw some statistics out there. Excuse me, I can't speak today. Something that was brought up in a meeting is they're saying that there's 35 million vets, and is with that, as they were saying 100, what was it? It was like 120,000 of those 37 whatever of vets are homeless. And I think as we all work together, I think we can accomplish a lot more. And as with that is, I think this is going to work out pretty well with everything, because we can all work together. I mean, Riverside is one of the largest group of veteran community, if I'm not mistaken.
Highest density for sure.
Yep.
It still blows my mind that Menifee currently has a higher census driven population percentage versus Oceanside. The Menifee currently sits at 11.5%. It's pretty mind-boggling. There's just been an exodus from the south and to the northwest here into our beautiful communities, and that's a big part of what we're doing here is to make sure that the resources come with them, because traffic, we don't want to put traffic between a family and their resources. So I love it. Does anybody else have any questions for Mike? All right, forever hold your peace. Like I said, he's tremendously accessible, and I'll make sure that you guys have all the contact information on the after meeting report that I will be sending out most likely tomorrow sometime. I want to thank you all for being here. Mike, I'm especially excited to be getting out into the community on that walkabout. We'll make sure that we target some of the employers down here to give some of those good access points there. Also, happy anniversary. I didn't realize that Work for Warriors was founded in 2012. So you're coming up on 10 years, correct? We've lost Mike. It's all good. I love it.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I was entering my contact info in the chat, so
gotcha.
It wasn't allowing me to do both. Yes, 2012. Yep, you're right. And we're hosting a big summit next month, and we are bringing in the other states that have also adopted the same Work for Warriors concept, and we are doing this huge conference summit in celebration of that.
Excellent. I would encourage you and invite you to attend these meetings regularly. The link that you've received today will always give you access to this meeting. So if you add to your calendar, you'll see it every month. Because I would really love to have a report or an update on how that event goes. That's awesome.
Oh, absolutely. If I'm available to attend, I definitely will.
Excellent.
Hey,
go ahead.
Mike, can you guys still hear me?
Yes, sir.
I just remembered that I was supposed to give some stats real quick, if I can, for 20 seconds. In 2021, we had 406 hires, 2,373 submissions, which is basically like us taking someone's resume and saying, hey, here's Mike Soto, and here's someone applying for a job. We've obtained 330 new business partners. And we average about 1,800 jobs on our job board at any given time. Wow. And throughout the year in 2021, not all of them some of them are staff members, but a total of 19 personnel that are spread throughout the state of California. So there's a couple quick little numbers for you guys.
Excellent. And I've been noticing Work for Warriors has been very proactive in the SDDC to the south too. That we work very close with. I try to do their E3 meetings there too. So excellent. Once again, as always, I want to thank you all for joining us in the spirit of collaboration for our one mission. Please help me celebrate Mike Soto from Work for Warriors. Great access, great work, and just a wonderful resource. So definitely worth the spotlight there. So with our final minutes here, are there any resources or future agenda items that you committee members would like to see either brought in as a resource focus or an endeavor that we may take on as a group? And I know that's a big question, so you don't have to all get back to me right now, but I do encourage you to continuously be thinking. With our powers combined, we have a tremendous power to make a positive change for our community here. So it is 12:58, so we are 2 minutes early. So salute to yourselves. I will see you all next month. I believe the next meeting is April 28th. Let me go ahead and confirm. It is in fact April 28th, same time, 1200 here on Zoom. And hopefully before then, we'll have some great updates on some of the in-person things, specifically tours we may be doing later in the year. So be excited. Lots of ways to connect. So I will see you all next month and be looking for that after action report. Thank you so.